Hello, in this video I'm going to be trying to make a working four-legged robot. I'm going to use an Arduino and 8 servo motors as well as a bunch of 3D printed parts. I'm going to try and make this build as professional as possible, so stick around till the end. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is print a bunch of parts. They're going to need some preparation after to fit all the wires of the servo motors. Now you can see this is one of the mounts with the servos snapped in place. Then the mounts are attached to a wooden board that'll serve as a body for the quadruped. So if you watched my last video, you'll know how I controlled the toggles for the Xbox controller. Now, I redesigned it for the quadruped to make them stronger. So basically, I have this part, which is the part that connects to the servo, and the servo arms that came with them, with the little teeth on them. I made it sit right in there, so it could be stronger and wouldn't be press fit. And then I printed new legs, and then they're gonna touch the ground. It's gonna be 2 on either side. And these legs are also shorter. I don't know why. The next thing to do is to make mounts for the servo motors facing the opposite side. The mounts then slide onto the popsicle sticks and face opposite to the servo motors that are mounted to the wood. Okay, now I have all the legs mounted and you can really see how it's going to work. Once again, you have the 2 servo motors. And now I can really give a demonstration. So when one moves, it can move the end point. So it could pick it up if both of them moved, or put it down, or set it forward, or do anything like that. And that's how it's going to be able to walk. So the idea for walking is that it will be able to pick up its leg, set it down forward, then bring it back. And that is a rudimentary form of walking that should hopefully move it along. Now as for wiring, on the second quadruped, I did this. So I cut up jumper wires and attached them to the ends of the servo wires. So now they can just plug into the breadboard in the Arduino to make wiring super easy and modular. And that's pretty much all. The electronics for the quadruped are fairly simple. As you can see in the center, I have an Arduino Mega, and that's going to be the controller for the 8 servo motors. I'm also using a breadboard to distribute the power. The wiring is also fairly simple. The ground and power on the Arduino go to the ground and power on the breadboard. Then the red and brown wires, which are also ground and power, on the servo motor go to those. Then the yellow wire on the servo motor goes to whatever pin it corresponds to in the code. So in this example, I put it on pin 2 because that's going to be the first pin. Okay, the last thing I'm going to show in this video is this little mock-up of the leg that I made with the paper, pins, and some bubble wrap. So basically, can give you a better example of how it's actually going to move. So this pin is going to be the ground. So it starts in this position, pulls itself upwards, then to shorten the time as much as possible, all that's going to happen is this side's going to move, and then this side will barely move. To set it down, then it's going to get pulled back to the starting position. I used a protractor and found some rough angles for each arm. So starting here, both arms are at 17 degrees. Then this position, I want them both at about 0 degrees. I might change it depending on how that works. Then to set it forward, it is going to be at about 41 degrees for this arm and 3 degrees for this arm. And then back to the start again, 17 degrees. Okay, that's all I've got for this video. So see you in the next one if you enjoyed this. Like and subscribe. See you next time.